Dozens of cases of kennel cough have been reported this week in the Flathead Valley. MTN Sean Wells caught up with a local veterinarian to find out what symptoms dog owners should be looking out for.
Canine infectious respiratory disease complex, commonly known as kennel cough, has been diagnosed in dozens of dogs this past week in the Flathead Valley. Animal Clinic of Kalispell veterinarian Dr. Jevin Clark says viruses and bacterial infections combine together to cause the disease. He says typical symptoms include hacking, gagging, and coughing, with the disease sticking with the animal for up to 2 weeks.
Extremely contagious. Thankfully, it's also relatively benign most of the time. It's one of those diseases we vaccinate against, but the vaccine doesn't actually prevent disease. It just decreases clinical signs if they happen to come down with it. But dogs the reason it's called kennel cough is it's dogs that are in high density populations is where they get exposed.
If left untreated, Dr. Clark says the disease can lead to serious complications, including pneumonia.
One dog in particular actually did develop pneumonia after some upper respiratory disease. So even though it's generally pretty straightforward, we do have to keep checking on and make sure they don't get pneumonia. That's what we're trying to prevent.
At high-risk areas such as the Humane Society of Northwest Montana, Executive Director Lori Hetherington says all dogs have proper vaccinations and take extra precautions to limit the chance of kennel cough.
We know that we're more of a high-risk environment, and we certainly want to make sure that we're putting healthy animals out into the community.
Dr. Clark says the Flathead Valley usually averages 2 outbreaks of kennel cough a year, one in the fall and one in the spring, making this January outbreak a rare occurrence.
About 2 times a year we get an outbreak, and it's actually a little bit early for normal for us right now in January, but we have had an outbreak in the fall. We usually get one in the spring, so maybe this is just a bonus one.
Dr. Clark says to contact your local veterinarian immediately if your dog is showing signs of kennel cough. In Kalispell, I'm Sean Wells, MTN News.
Dr. Clark said that this week he diagnosed 6 dogs with kennel cough in his clinic alone.